Potent Pondering back with another video. Yo, please come and thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live or I do uploads. Happy holiday season. I hope y'all all doing well. You know what I'm saying? I want to come and drop a video, ain't dropping a minute. So yeah, make sure that you thumbs up this video, hype this video up, and do whatever you need to do to support the channel. You know what I'm saying? So listen, let's get into it. So I'm talking about a few things. You know, I wanted to talk about the situation with Thee Stallion and Milagro Gramz, and you know how things turned out in that case. So we're gonna get into that, and I also want to talk about Cardi B, mix a little Nicki into it too, because listen, let me just tell you something. Nicki got the girl under pressure. She got her under pressure, and I'm just gonna tell you how everything is going to come about and how it's gonna roll out or whatever, right? In my opinion. So listen, let's get into it. So the first thing first, let's talk about Cardi B, right? So the other day I heard that she was on her spaces and she was talking about, you know, music. You know that Cardi has her tour coming up too, right? And I always got to go back and just reiterate this and just to make sure that we're looking at the picture fully, right? So when it comes to this album, Am I the Drama, right? We all know that the album is a flop. She knows it. She can put old songs on it and make it feel like it's doing something. We all know the truth. They had this list with the top 60 albums, and I think the lowest was probably like maybe 2 or 3 million streams. And this is a new album that dropped on September 19th. I hate that's my aunt's birthday. She had to drop on September 19th, so it was like that was cemented to like, damn, it's my aunt's birthday, Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? So she out there dropped that, right? So the album been out and it literally no traction, zero traction. Zero at all, right? Now, you got the tour coming up, right? Now, you would think that an artist who's been in the game since 2017, 2018, bubbling, doing the thing or whatever, right? That she would have some sort of draw where people will be mass buying and going out and getting these concert tickets, right? And the crazy thing about it is that nobody is reporting on how much of a flop this whole tour is. Truly, she's hiding behind the certifications of Please Me, all these other songs, WAP, and all of those songs that did big, right? The girl was so wounded that she even went and put bongos on the project. She went bongos, press, all of them old songs, like What, Freestyle, all of those other songs that flopped too. So I don't get it. So Cardi, right? Imagine coming out almost 8 years after you know you dropped your original album, right? I told y'all before this is supposed to be a big thing, like the comeback, the emancipation of Big Mimi, all of that. Everybody was supposed to be on it, and you know that the streets is not on it. You got the little hood rats doing the little, you know, Check Please and all of those little, you know, songs that ain't building up and going nowhere. Her song Airtime, I think she was like, you know, excited about that or whatever. Those is little bubbling under like lotto performance songs. Let's roll like Tutti with it. What's that shit? Ice Spice drop Tutti. It's like little bubbles like that. You know what I'm saying? No huge strides or anything. We even know how hard they tried to push the what's that record that they had? Outside. They tried to push that one hard, ain't go nowhere. Ain't go nowhere. And then also, I know it hurt her feelings right now that song Safe. Ooh, Safe. Let me tell you what they tried to do with Safe. Let me tell you what they tried to do with Safe. They tried to come out with a song with Kalani, because Kalani is bubbling with Folded, and they thought that shit was going to transpire and go. You know, like back in the day when a person is hot, you jump on their song, they do a song with you, and it's like boom, 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 boom on your bitch ass. And it just, the results wasn't responsive. You know what I'm saying? I know the record labels in the background looking at the analytics like, damn, this bitch fucked up. Like, how we, listen, let me just, and I want to give Cardi credit and all of that too, right? And listen, let's be truthful. The girl had versions. The girl had different versions. She had signed copies, all of this and all that court drama and all of that, right? Think about, I want you to really like just hone in on the thought of that, right? She bubbled during her release, you know? It was desperate. It was desperate as hell. Barefoot in the train station. All of that. She did all of those things, right? So I don't understand why she's teasing the new era, talking about, you know, for this next time, you know, she ain't gonna be in her head and this and that or whatever. You took all that time to come out with a new project. People said that it was so good. They still didn't stand behind it. It's not getting the streams that it's supposed to get. But let me tell you what is her driving force. And this is what's gonna bring it all together, right? Nicki announcing that she was coming on March 27th, 2026, right? And I still do get a little upset about the way that when Cardi's album flopped, and because remember I spoke about this on this channel, when Cardi album flopped and then Nicki came and she was doing all of that talking about, you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, G and all of that. And, you know, people was dragging it. It was funny in the moment, but I always think about stuff on the outside. It's just like, we was already doing that. We was handling her. We had her in the group chats and the DMs talking crazy, right? Now this whole situation happened with the kids. When, you know, Nicki was saying something about the culture, you know, whatever. Cardi went back talking about her son, saying all of these, you know, vile things, right? It was crazy going both ways, okay? Nicki apologized. Cardi still disrespected Nicki's son, right? So the thing about it is that you have to listen closely to what Cardi B said about when she attacked Bia. And listen, you had this is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is why I'm getting mad at Nicki, real talk. You had Cardi B addressing Bia on her album. Now, shout out to Bia. She a good look, and you know, her music just ain't for me, but I understand she talented. She write her own shit. She rah, right? But Bia ain't really no action like that. You had this girl give Bia press. This is why the album flopped. What she really wanted was Nicki. And guess what? I'm telling you, for this next album after Am I the Drama, she has a new target, because now, remember what she said about Bia and what she said about JT? She can't let her daughter or whatever kid see, oh, mommy, this happened and you didn't do anything. Trust me, that is going to be the driving force behind her next album. And this is why, like, sometimes, and I understand that y'all, like, ain't nobody on no pussy shit or nothing like that, but sometimes you have to let a person be. Let that girl flop. You understand what I'm saying? Because I can guarantee you on this next project, she's coming at Nicki. I guarantee you she's coming at, because you got to realize that was kind of like the light bulb moment where it's just like, okay, this album, this era is sinking. Her fans even know that this album and era is sinking. I want to tell you this too. Tell truth, right? I hope Cardi knows that pregnancies don't push eras and all of that. She really thought that by hiding that pregnancy and then coming out at the end. Remember all the tricks and, you know, that she had talking about single mother of 4 and all of this and buy my album and do all of that. Oh, she begged. She was begging and begging and begging like Megan. She was begging. Literally. So we can't say that during this whole process in the album, you had people online giving her kudos for being one of the new hoes to go out there and like push and promote her album and all of that. Where are all those people that she wowed in amazement? You know what I'm saying? She knows that there's a disconnect so bad to the point where she's allowing the neighborhood talk to now to post about her because she need the likes that bad. She wants eyes on her. She think that it's going to save her project. You know, it's so fake and phony, but I'm going to tell you this. This is why I had to put you on to that. Her new era, she's going to be addressing Nicki, because if she said that about Bia and all of that, the way that was like on a smaller scale with Nicki and her, you know, going back with the kids and all that, she's definitely going to say something. This is what she was looking for. And this is why, like, sometimes like silence is golden at moments for certain people. It's golden because now this girl is going to, I'm telling you, expect it. Expect it. This new era that she come out with, whenever it delivers. Now listen, I'm gonna just say this too, right? And maybe Atlantic is in on it too, but this is the new Atlantic. But I'm gonna just say this too, right? The record label is definitely, in my opinion, they're upset with her. This shit ain't do what it was supposed to do. The numbers, they ain't even really reporting on the tour. Anybody put that in the comments if they've updated the numbers on her tour or anything like that. Let me know. Like, what's the percentages at that point? Like a few months ago, they were saying there was only 3 shows sold out in like the key major cities, New York, like where was it, LA or something like that, but none of those small cities in middle America and all of that, nothing, because she's really a nobody to them. They don't want to see that stripper hoe perform on stage and do all of that. They don't want to see none of that. They don't. But I want to tell you, Nicki gave her the driving force for the next era. You so focused on trying to get the next era. Why you ain't working this one? You were supposed to be the bodega baddie. You had the song Kehlani that flopped. Every time flop. You thought Jeezy was going to be for the hood and get everybody from the hood. They ain't jacking it. They ain't jacking it, mama. You ain't really about that drama. Listen, you not about that drama. But listen, I want to move on. Let's move on. I want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion's case with Milagro Gramz. Now, listen, I'm going to just say this and just be completely honest with you. I personally, and this is high overview. This is how I feel. I don't care how you feel. This is my channel. This is Potent Pondering is the handle. It's my channel. And this is how I personally feel. I feel as though Megan Thee Stallion did not like Millie because who she was aligned with and who she was, supporting. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people who even are Cardi fans, they get in my DMs and they say, oh, why do you do... That's not going to make me feel in support of or anything for who I don't want to support, right? And at the end of the day, I don't know none of these people. But I feel like Megan Thee Stallion, she felt a lot of ways towards Millie. And this is why she went that route to sue her instead of the other huge platforms that she would have probably had more of a tussle with in court, because the difference between the smaller platform and the larger platform is different, financials, all of that, right? But I still felt like Millie and her team, they held their own, right? Now, Millie did get, she was found liable of 3 counts. And then at the end of the day, the defamation got thrown out because she's in Texas. They didn't end up serving her. And they didn't serve her because they wanted to sue her, right? You seen that they were saying that Desiree Perez was building a folder. I wonder, was she even at the court date? You know what I'm saying? Desiree Perez, she's always behind the scenes on something. So Desiree Perez and they was building a folder, whatever. Megan went to court and all of these days and little cute suits and updos and hairstyles and all of that just to get a lousy $59K. A lousy $59K. Now, I want to say this too, right? Before I forget it, because I don't make notes. Now, I want to know this. Being that the defamation got thrown out, because listen, they said it was a deep fake video and it was a defamation, right? Being that the defamation got thrown out and the deep fake, now the deep fake, that's the thing that's there. That, what did she say? Go to my likes or something like that. That was something that you couldn't hide. I'm pretty sure screenshots or whatever the law is on that, whatever the lawyer fees, if they spent the hour trying to figure out whatever the fees is on that. The huge part about it is the defamation, because they tried to prove it, because the video, the like, whatever promotion or whatever you feel about that, that's there, right? So whatever the lawyer fees on that, that's going to be, but they're going to have to chop that down if she is going to be responsible for any lawyer fees in regards, because the defamation is tossed now. Now, you don't went to court in all of these cute suits and updos and hairstyles and all that, and Millie looked good too, but you did all of that for $59,000, even if it was $75,000. With somebody with a platform like her, she could manage that. You could turn it into a payment plan shit. People pay Klarna, Afterpay, credit card debt, and all of that. People get cars at $75,000. You understand what I'm saying? $59K and all of that. So it's not something that's not doable. You understand what I'm saying? So with Megan Thee Stallion dragging Millie to court for all of this, and it's just like, yo, I even thought about that months ago. Did she ever send a cease and desist? And this case proved that she didn't. I want to say this. This is my personal opinion, right? I'm standing in solidarity with the blogger, with the personality and all of that, because yes, new media. Anytime that a person who has a platform and they speak out or whatever, I do feel like you have a voice, no matter how far it gets, no matter how many views you get, how many views you don't get, right? It is a source. And I felt like even if she got that little ding, it still stands for something bigger. Because with the new media, you know what I'm saying? It stands for something bigger with a lot of the personalities who are on YouTube who do commentary, and people may not be in favor of it or whatever, right? So many times I do videos and Cardi fans be like, oh, you're going to get sued. No, I'm not, because I know exactly what I'm doing. Let me tell you this too. I could do a video every day about Cardi and just give my opinion on how she's falling down on the Spotify charts and how I feel about, what the tricks that they're trying to do. You can't sue me for that. And she knows that too. I can say whatever I want to. My opinion doesn't have to be in favor of. You just want me to be on your team, and it ain't never gonna happen. But anyway, as it pertains to Megan, right? She just ain't like Millie. And I'm pretty sure, like, people are talking about, like, oh, the lawyer fees. It's like, I just want this girl to be lynched. You just want her to be, you mad because she ain't on that team and she's not saying anything in support of. And, I know that a lot of people, like, they really wanted her the defamation or, the deep fake, the damages to be higher, and they just were not. They weren't, because I think those people really looked at the numbers across like the board and seen like what was really going on. I don't even think that her likes on that post or whatever even really went up like that. It didn't. So the thing about it was, I'm happy that things turned out the way. Of course, like we all would have wanted not liable outcome, but it is what it is. She spoke out and said that, she accepts or whatever the jury did, and then the judge threw out the defamation later. So I'm rolling with it. I just feel like this with Megan Thee Stallion, this was not a win for you, because I know, listen, even if you do get, I just hope, listen, even if she do get some crumbs, I just hope that Millie's lawyers, that they look at the defamation being thrown out. You're gonna have to chop that down. You're gonna have to chop it down. So what says, say they, I don't know how much I think that she probably spent on lawyers. That's gonna have to be chopped down. How much lawyer fees were allocated or spent on deep fake? How can you even prove that? I mean, that kind of like is what it is situation. I'm going to sue you and get whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's also based on how much reach the video got as well. And I don't even think it got that, it didn't even get that huge of a reach as you know, before she unliked it or deleted it or whatever, right? She wasn't even the original poster of it. So yeah, man, I just personally also feel like this too. After seeing how Megan Thee Stallion tried to go up in that courtroom and she tried to, like, you know, they submitted like the charges saying that she was in a facility for $240K. In my opinion, I felt like this from the beginning. Was she in that facility due to alcoholism? Because I don't care what she said in that courtroom and what T. Ferris said, she definitely had an issue from what we seen, and she engaged, indulged, and definitely was on that alcohol wave. She went through, you know, some things. Her mother died, you know, granny, daddy, or whatever. It was a huge, you know, impact on her life, and I'm sure rising to fame and all of that. Cool, right? But she definitely went through that. You can't tell me, so you mean to tell me that Tory Lanez and then the situation with her coming online doing commentary, that forced you into a $240K stay at some sort of mental institution or a rehab? Because I think that's what it really was. It was a rehab. This is my personal opinion. And what you really wanted to do is that with this $240K charge, you wanted to stick it to her. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my opinion. I don't think she went to that facility. I don't know. This is my personal opinion. I don't feel like she went. I feel like this was a stick it to you type of situation. Just like the situation with the damn psychologist. It all came up in 2025. Just like the filing of this damn case. She filed it when she was on tour in the damn Miami or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? It's like all calculated. They planned and plotted, but what they forgot it. They forgot it. Listen, I knew that they knew that this was going to be a slam dunk. And trust me, the outcome of this case and the monetary amount for damages, they expected way more. They expected that $240K to be dumped on her. She never went after Tory Lanez to try to sue him or anything like that. She didn't do any of that, you know? And then in the court case, you're talking about more lawsuits are coming. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You wanted to really stomp this girl out and really try to like make an example. Like what? Oh yeah, Tori, that was your main bitch or whatever. And it wasn't even like that. It's just that she's supportive. Just like people would think like, oh, you know Nicki. I don't know Nicki. Listen, don't know her. I'm not eager to meet anybody. I do commentary on who I support and who I like, who I feel like, you know, are prominent, talented figures in this hip hop community as far as like female rap. I do have a right to, you know, speak on that. But no, I will never be a cheerleader or a supporter of Cardi B. No, because I don't respect her. I think she's a good mother. She might, you know, look cute here and there. I always tell y'all that. I can give it up to her like that. I don't think the mush mouth bodega Sadie is anything nice. I don't, and I will never be on your team. I will do videos about it, talking about how I feel about different angles or how I feel as though what she's doing. This new project that she's coming out with, trust me, she's dissing Nicki on it. She dissed Bia and them because she felt like they came at her at a certain point. She was pregnant. Just look at the buildup. Look at it. Listen. But anyway, I'm happy things turned out that way. I'm happy that Millie is happy with the way that things turned out. I don't think this situation finished her at all. I think that she will bounce back. Megan Thee Stallion on the other end, you wasted all of that money. I hope that damn visit to that damn retreat or rehab or whatever, $240K. I'm telling you, all of those little things were supposed to build and push and get those damages. But the jury got in and was like, damn, how could we dismantle it? Even though that they did 3 counts, the monetary value just wasn't what they thought. They didn't say, they didn't think, it wasn't what they were hoping. You got to realize this. Yeah, lawyers do go out there and they might, you know, hit it with the astronomical amount, be like 30 million, and people talking about, oh, it wasn't about the money, it was about the point. No, it wasn't. It was definitely about the money. It was definitely about the money. I don't care what you say. It was definitely about the money, and it was definitely to try to shut her up, you know? But Millie even said that she wasn't even going to speak about Megan. And I'm going to say this as I wrap this video up. I'm going to be real talk with you. Real talk. Out of all of the female rappers, and Megan is not the only one, but I'm going to highlight her, right? Typically when you do, unless it's drama or something related like this, Megan doesn't really garner a lot of views like that. So not speaking about her, she turned me off, like, to be honest, like just the tricks that they played in that damn courtroom. And Just to laugh. I just personally, and this is my opinion, I feel like she's lying. I felt like the team was lying. They're liars, and they try to paint a picture and try to come up and get a damn payday, or try to stomp a person out and shut them and shut them down. But the thing you don't realize is you really turned her into a media tailgate. You turned her name into all of that. People searching, trying to see what she's talking about. She was trending and all of that. So was it worth it, dummy? That's what I said at the end of the day. Was it worth it, dummy? I ain't mind the bit. Still on that time to dip. Yeah. So listen, let me wrap this video up. It's probably been about 20 minutes. Potent, pondering, never pandering. I'm gonna try to stay consistent this month. Really, it's the holidays. I did get like promoted at my job already. Like, I started my job October 6th, and I was doing like, you know, I was working in this one area with project management, but now they threw me to a whole new area. So everything worked out like, oh man, God is so good. So let me just also tell you this though too. When you got people, the demons, with like, in my opinion, the demons, like you got the Cardi B online talking about God don't do this and God don't whatever the case may be, right? God obviously is, the universe is handling her the way that they see fit, because things ain't going the way that she wants to, you know? But they would try to make you feel like a person like who speaks out like me, or different content creators like, oh, we're not being blessed because we're doing whatever. I am still getting blessings because I do a lot of good, and God is always blessing me, always. We all have hardships, but always being blessed. So don't never let no mess tell you that you ain't being blessed, because people like to throw that God talking, God this and God that, and he ain't gonna do this. Oh, he doing a lot over here. He doing a lot over here. Head is above water. Yeah, it's above water, and I don't gotta go to no psychologist to lie to try to get somebody hemmed up and make it seem like I got diagnosis. Searching up, doing diagnosis on Google. What's the symptoms of a person dealing with post-traumatic syndrome? What's this? What's that? Going and sitting in a big comfy chair lying just to try to get a payday and try to shut a person up. That's crazy. Potent, pondering, never pandering, never what? Panhandling. Listen, I need to start doing notes sometimes. I know I be scattered, but I like to do my commentary like that because it just makes it more fun. You understand what I'm saying? Potent, pondering, happy holidays. Peace.